Arpit, where from to start is a very big question for the new persons or the beginners, right? You might have also faced this problem while you started the preparation. So, and what to read, what not to read is also a very big challenge, especially in today's time when there are a lot of overload of material, both online and offline. So, in this situation, with your experience, what you would like to talk to your audience?
First is where to start from. I think just bring the NCRTs to your home and start reading them by understanding them. This will build your basic knowledge and basic understanding of things, because as I came from my college, I was focused primarily on college. I noticed that I have forgotten almost everything from my 10th class. So regarding where to start, I think you need to start from NCRTs. Just bring NCRTs from 6th to 12th. And generally people say 6 NCRTs are not required, but it hardly takes 2 hours to complete one NCRT. So just read it to understand what is polity, what is history, what is geography, what is environment. After doing that, go to the UPSC syllabus and UPSC previous year questions. And then go to basic books that are recommended by almost all toppers. And one problem that people face, as you have said, there is a lot of material. If you go to a shop in Mukherjee Nagar or Old Rajendra Nagar, or you go to a web page with UPSC material, you will find yourself lost. And there is a FOMO, fear of missing out, that you might be missing out something. But please stick to the standard sources, stick to your own preparation, stick to your notes. Don't get a fear of missing out, and don't keep on buying new materials.
Especially when you're talking about NCRT books, one very beautiful concept you came with, that 6 to 8 standard. It takes roughly 2 hours to complete one book. But students keep thinking whether they should read 6 to 8 or they should read from 9 to 12. So it is unnecessary confusion. You might have forgotten the basics fundamentals. So very nicely you have suggested that it is better you read and brush off what you might have missed, and then you move forward with 9th and 12th standard also, right? There is always a confusion also among the students regarding whether they should read with the old NCRT or the new NCRT. What is your take on that?
Sir, I think as far as 11th, 12th NCRTs are concerned, I think they can go for new NCRTs, because sometimes since the pattern has changed, it has been noticed in certain instances, such as in the prelims question, that question come from new NCRTs of history. So I think don't get very demotivated if people who have already started, they can go on with new old NCRTs itself. But people who are starting, they can go for new NCRTs. I think it's not a very big issue, because we also face this issue, old or new. It's just 1 or 2 prelims questions here and there.
Right, and it is better because latest editions are there in the new NCRT, so data and facts and figures will be more up to date there. That can be good. That is very good. Did you also prepare notes, because remembering so many things is not easy, right? Correct. So did you have a practice of making notes?
Sir, as you said, that remembering is not easy. Apart from remembering, reproducing it in the exam is not easy.
Yes.
If you are not preparing notes. So eventually what matters is those 3 hours, what is written on your answer script. So unless and until you prepare notes, you will be lost. So I think my extreme focus was on notes. I made very, very highly crisp notes. Every topic, hardly 3 to 4 pages. And I made sure that I revised it. I think I have even got them pictographically in my mind. I've revised them so many times. And I kept on revising those only, because eventually the standard things are same. There is nothing new. The base on which the entire polity is based or geography is based is the same. And UPSC is also going to ask that only. So I think note making is very important.
And especially revision is very important, and that cannot be done unless you have prepared your notes, right?
Yes, sir.
Would you like to give some tips for notes making, how to prepare notes?
Yes, sir. There are 2 things, prelims and mains. For example, if I take standard books, then if I take Lakshmikant, or in modern history, if I take Spectrum, or in geography, I take NCRTs. In those, only generally factual questions are asked. The thing that is conceptual, generally you tend to remember those things if you are reading properly. So for prelims, focus more on factual questions after looking at the PYQs. And in the mains aspect, I think first go to the syllabus. First starting point is syllabus. You will find you can segregate certain topics while reading the syllabus. Then go to the previous year questions. You will find that certain questions, around 10 to 15 questions from 20 questions, are easily predictable as far as
Right.
UPSC mains is concerned. So make theme-wise notes. Start with, for example, if I take federalism, you can start with what are the unitary features, what are the non-unitary features. Then what are the general comments of the people regarding federalism? What are the problems? What are the solutions? How to strengthen it? So these are the basic questions that UPSC can ask.
You're right.
So focus on those basic questions, prepare those notes, keep on revising them. Later on, add value to them by reducing their size. Also, beforehand, looking at certain data points or certain diagrams. Similarly, you can even think of introduction and conclusions beforehand of those 10 questions, which you will definitely see in the next day's exam. For example, I would say in paper 3, security is mentioned. So they will definitely ask question about border security. They will definitely ask about left-wing extremism. They will definitely ask about cyber security. So if you are prepared beforehand, that reduces your time in the final exam, as it is a very lengthy exam.
That's correct.